The National Working Committee of the Labour Party, led by the Deputy National Chairman of the party, South, Lamidi Apapa, have taken over the affairs of the party following a court judgment restraining Julius Abure and 3 others from parading themselves as national officers of the party. The development took place in Abuja on Thursday during an emergency meeting of the LP National Working Committee. Lamidi said he is now the acting national chairman of the party, while Saleh Lawan is the acting national secretary. According to him, Abure and 3 others must vacate the orders of the Federal High Court, restraining them from parading themselves as national officers of the party before further action can be taken on the leadership of the party. The emergency NWC meeting also reinstated Executive Council members from Ogun State, Rivers State, and Gombe State. During the meeting, Lamidi also reversed the suspension of Eragbe and Selam as the national youth leader and Yomi Arabambe as the national publicity secretary. Meanwhile, Julius Abure said he is still the chairman of the party, describing the move to remove him from the office as illegitimate and ploy to destabilize the party. According to him, a court of competent jurisdiction ordered that he remain the national chairman and should not be restrained from performing his duties. Similarly, the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) maintains that Julius Abure remains the Labour Party chairman. The NLC chairman Joe Ajaero, in a statement Thursday, said NLC is alarmed by the decision of Justice Hamza Muazu of the High Court in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to suspend from the office national chairman, the national secretary, the national treasurer, and the national publicity secretary of the Labour Party on what he called unfounded and highly speculative and malicious allegations of corruption, perjury, and forgery by elements whose interest in the party could be best described as doubtful or dubious. The Congress urged the court to exercise utmost caution in entertaining frivolous suits and spurious prayers from mercenary party members, as they are capable of compromising the integrity of the courts. We also witnessed on a live television program 2 members of the Labour Party displaying the same thing that we are yet to figure out if it is confusion or crisis in the party.
The members of the National Working Committee, which happens to be one of them, my capacity as a National Legal Advisor, decided to have our meeting, National Working Committee meeting, at the party secretariat. No talks, nothing. We went in, we addressed the press after the meeting, and we came up with resolutions. And the resolution there was appointing Alhaji Lamidi Bashir Apapa as the acting national chairman. Now, the reason is simple. There is a vacuum created by the orders of the FCT High Court. Now, there are 2 court orders here. The first one...
And they are conflicting.
No, they are not conflicting. They are very straight, very different. Now, I'll talk about the one from the FCT.
The facts and issue for those 2, are they the same?
No, they're not the same. And that's one thing I want Nigerians to know, to be aware of. Right? I will not sit here to deceive Nigerians, to deceive people. No. The court order from the FCT was as a result of the forgery committed by Abure and co.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Committed by them.
It's still in front of the
allegedly
court
committed
right
by them.
Yeah.
And what was this? Signatures of candidates were forged, court affidavit forged, court seal forged, oath, commissioner for oaths stamp was also forged, and they packaged all this together, sent to INEC.
To do what?
To change the candidate. A candidate who had already emerged from the primary.
Which candidate is this?
This is Mr. Eze Oko, the governorship candidate of Labour Party in Ebonyi State. And his lawyers petitioned the Inspector General of Police. They requested for documents from INEC. INEC furnished the police with the documents. And it was discovered that those documents were forged. Why? The police also conducted forensic analysis of those documents. And it was discovered that the documents were forged. On that basis, the police came up with their report indicting the officers of the party. And that snowballed into the court order in FCT High Court. Now, the issue before the FCT High Court was simple. Whether, with all these allegations, Abure and co. can still be parading themselves as officers of the party. Now, the court, in its wisdom, now said, oh, you have to step aside. Restrain the national chairman. The court restrained him. Now, the Benin order was hurriedly procured by Abure. And the reason was the ESCO, the ward ESCO member, suspended him from his ward. And he rushed to court to say, oh, court, please stop the action. Why? The action that been taken, that they've done already. The suspension was already done. He rushed to court, please prevent them from suspending me or from...
Is seeking protection.
Yes.
But is there anything wrong in that?
No, there's something wrong because the action was already done. They have done the action. Now, you didn't go to court to say, oh, please prevent them from suspending me. They have done the action already. You don't went to court. And you know what the court said? The court said, oh, don't suspend or don't remove Abure. That was the order of the court. Now, the order of the court is different from that of the FCT. The FCT is talking about the forged document in the light of all those forgery. The Abuja court restrained him. Don't function in this capacity for now until we look into
the
this.
The remedy that he was seeking, it was that I don't want to be suspended.
No.
But the implication of the order of the FCT High Court is you are hereby suspended. Don't be paraded.
No.
It's a suspension of your activity.
No.
Isn't
yeah,
it?
the suspension of activity is different from suspension from office. It's different. For me, it's just some itches. Now, but what I was saying is, there's been so many speculations as to the fact that, some APC are involved, opposition PDP are involved. No! We are just trying to sanitize the party. And how? For those who will come to AQT must come with clean hands. We cannot continue to involve in forgery.
So this is the court order.
That's the court order.
So is this where this is the ex-parte order also. It's the same document of the court, isn't it? So this is, the allegation is in the realm of a criminal offense.
Purely criminal offense. Purely. And we need to be careful, Sheo, because Labour Party is putting out a new narrative out there. What Peter Obi has brought to Labour Party is total sanity, integrity, capacity, competence. That's what Peter Obi has brought to Labour Party. We've never had it so good. As a matter of fact, for a man who has brought so much virtues to the party, we need to stand up to do the right thing. The right thing is we must follow the ideology of Peter Obi. For many of us, Peter Obi we are already indoctrinated by Peter Obi's beliefs to do things rightly. And that's why we said, for the chairman and co who involved in forging documents for a party who is
allegedly.
Yes, allegedly for documents. We are now saying, the police report confirmed the forgery. We also wrote to the FCT chief registrar, who replied. I said, those documents were forged. So we need to be careful. If you are telling Nigerians that we want a new Nigeria, we want to do things differently, then we must seem to be doing things differently. But what the party is saying is, we want to stand tall. We want to do the needful. And that was why the National Working Committee, let me also let you know that in the National Working Committee, we were 18. We lost the Vice National Chairman, North Central. 2 were illegally suspended. I presided over the disciplinary committee, and we made recommendations to the National Working Committee for onward transmission to NEC. And remember, NEC is the only organ of the party that can validate suspension.
Let me take you up on this. Mr. Lamidi Apapa, he was said to have been removed from the party since 2014. And now he's found his way back, according to some sections of your party, that this man is now being a member of the party, and suddenly he's found his way back. And there are those who believe that you and your colleagues are being sponsored by another party to cause this in the Labour Party. Why?
Sure. Alhaji Lamidi Apapa rose from the ranks. He was state chairman, Labour Party in Oyo State. After his tenure, he became the vice national chairman, Southwest. Thereafter, he was elevated as deputy national chairman. So all along, he's been with us in the party. We've been together all along.
But was he expelled in 2014?
At all.
What about the disciplinary action taken against him in 2014?
No. There was no disciplinary action. There was nothing. This is lies from the pit of hell. Now, and this is the narrative, negative narrative that Abure is used, to parade everywhere. Now, Lamidi Apapa has never been suspended, has never been expelled. He has been a committed, faithful member of Labour Party all along. And remember, he served with Daniwayahu as state chairman, Oyo State. Served with A.A. Salam of blessed memory, my boss, as vice national chairman, who at the Akwanga convention promoted him, and people voted in the convention where he became the deputy national chairman. All along he's been in the party. Nothing of disciplinary action against him. He has never. This is a man with clean records, a committed Muslim. I'm a Christian, but this man is different. Stand out.
But there are others in your party who also said, look, this man has been found in cahoots with some other political party, that in fact he worked for another political party ahead of the election. All of a sudden, he's been sponsored. Those are the allegations from inside of your party, that the man's its map has been non-existent up until now. I'm talking about this very election. Can you tell Nigerians the things that Apapa did in the party, specific things in your party? You would have known. You can say on so date, these are the things that I did. What can you say Lamidi Apapa did in your party at those times?
For the election in Oyo State, our candidate in Oyo State is Taofeek Akinwale. Lamidi Apapa worked with all the structure of the party in that state, mobilized for him. They went to campaign all the nooks and crannies of the state, which, of course, Labour Party did not win the election, but he played a major role in putting the house together, in bringing members together. Now, I attended one of the meetings. As a matter of fact, the declaration of Taofeek Akinwale, I attended in Ibadan. I was in Ibadan for his declaration. Of course, Apapa mobilized seriously to make sure that we have a wonderful election.
There is faction in the Labour Party right now, and I believe strongly that this is the plan of the opposition party. One of the opposition party, maybe PDP or APC, is the one sponsoring this confusion, this crisis, and the faction in the party. Because how can members of the same party not be agreeing? I know it is common. It's also happening in the PDP. We had the likes of Wike against Atiku Abubakar, the J5 governors against the other members of the party. But this is Labour Party, and then Peter Obi has a cause to fight for. And this confusion is coming up. It is obvious that this is being sponsored.
One thing I'm very happy is that Akimbere is somebody accusing another person of forgery. We will come to that. But as far as I'm concerned, Sheun, if you are trying to correct illegality, you cannot use illegality to correct illegality. For example, if there needs to be a national working committee, if actually we need to have a national working committee, are there not supposed to be notice? Such notice, who should it have come from? Peradventure, for assuming we don't have a national chairman and we need to cover up that space, who should convene such a meeting?
So you were not notified?
Pardon?
You were not notified of the NWC meeting?
I am not. I am asking Akimbade if I'm a member of the National Working Committee. National Working Committee has a platform. There is a WhatsApp platform where we drop our communications in case you can't send text messages to everybody. Ask Akimbade if there's any notification for NWC meeting, emergency meeting. Ask Akimbade if anybody called me on phone with respect to the NWC meeting. And this same can be said of many other members of NWC meeting. Sheun, I know you as a respected journalist. Ask Akimbade, who nominated somebody that is answering the acting national chairman. How many members of the NWC nominated them? I can only call this a desperate attempt to hijack the collective interests of Nigerians. I've never seen such a desperation in my life. As a youngest person in that National Working Committee, I was expecting people like Akimbade to show example. The moment you said you are convening an NWC meeting, are you not supposed to drop it on the WhatsApp platform? Why the haste? They came to the party office, broke in as about 4:30 in the evening, and entered, gained unlawful entry into the Labour Party National Secretariat, and then nominated themselves and voted themselves into office. As far as I'm concerned, there is no infighting in the Labour Party. If there's a court injunction, yes, there's another court injunction. And as far as I know, in law, I'm not a lawyer, but when there is a conflicting court injunction, status quo have to be maintained. So the lawyer there in the studio with you, who went to law and was called to back, doesn't he know that? Julius Abure, as far as I know, is the national chairman of Labour Party. And even if there is a case of any form against him, that is not the process in which Julius Abure will be removed. And that is why some of us that are members of the NWC feel that this is simply a desperate attempt by some group of people that feel that Nigeria will remain the same. Akimbade that is calling Abure somebody that is caught under forgery. Ask Akimbade if he has never tendered apology for forgery in the party. Was there no due process in sanctioning him? Was NWC convened and suspended him and pushed him out of the party? The party have an internal conflict resolution mechanism. And at every point in time, it shouldn't be a desperate move. It should be a sit-down discussion. And people will say their mind and will collectively agree on what to move. This is a matter that should be affecting the party, not a matter that should be affecting Abure. Why are they fighting Abure? Why is Akimbade concocting all manner of things and handing it up?
So what do you suspect, Kennedy, just remember, what do you suspect is going on really?
If nobody is drawing up some music for these guys, I wonder why they will be desperate and hasty to break into a... Okay, today is public holiday. There won't be any official activity going on. No document need to be signed. Tomorrow is Saturday. Next tomorrow is Sunday. Monday is public holiday. Why didn't they take time and call for NWC meeting on Tuesday, where every member of the National Working Committee will be in attendance? They called that meeting, too. They called on that meeting, Arabambi, former publicity secretary, is somebody that we know. We knew him, we saw pictures of him, endorsing the Ogun State governorship candidate then, and playing all manner of role in the campaign of the APC in Ogun State. The same man has been recalled back by this unlawful conveyance of the NWC, as they did on yesterday. They brought him back into their fold, brought back a suspended national leader, where him, Akimbade, was part of the disciplinary committee.
Have you also been involved in forgery? Did you at some point apologize?
I've never been involved in forgery. Never. Never in my career. Now, let me educate...
Was there any point in time that you had to apologize for your action in the party?
Yes, I did. And what happened?
What did you do wrong?
All right, I never did anything wrong. What happened was some group of persons, lovers, fans, supporters of Peter Obi in Texas, in United States, called my attention to the fact that, there is a need for them to organize a group together to work for Peter Obi in Texas, in United States. Oh, the Peter Obi project is our project. The Peter Obi project is what we key into. In fact, I erected billboards for Peter Obi in my state, my money. I erected billboards to support him. I mobilized within my capacity to support Peter Obi in my state. Now, what happened was, I gave a letter. I gave an authority a letter from my office office of the National Legal Advisor to those people, you can have a meeting, a group together to come together, support Peter Obi as far as that place is concerned. And that was exactly what happened. Now, he talks about the fact that he did not receive notice to the meeting. I beg to differ. The person responsible for sending such notices happens to be the National Secretary, who is also involved in this restraining order. It shows that there is a vacuum. There are two deputies, Alhaji Saleh Lawal and Kennedy. Now, I wonder why Kennedy is saying he's the national youth leader. No, Kennedy was asked to act pending the time that when Eragbiaslen was suspended. I presided over that disciplinary committee. We wrote a recommendation to the National Working Committee to be adopted and sent to NEC. The party never called NEC. Julius Abure is not used to calling that kind of meeting. And for NEC, NEC is the only organ empowered to ratify such to ratify such suspension. That has not been done. Was there anything? So, now, he also talked about the fact that he did not receive notices. Notices were sent by Alhaji Saleh Lawal. All right? For those who conveyed at the meeting, they came. Some did not come because they have their rope tied to Abure's illegality. And one of them is Kennedy.
Where do you go from here? How do you resolve? Because for those supporters of Peter Obi and Labour Party are thinking that this is being orchestrated to pull down the party. And your other friends have been fingered in all of this, saying that you are the ones orchestrating the fall of the party and the obedient structure that you have within the Labour Party. Where do you go from here? And how do you resolve this issue?
Shehu, if you have a house well built, we have a room comfortable there, will you go out to be begging to stay in someone else's house? No. The Labour Party is home for us. Peter Obi is our leader. Peter Obi is the one God used to bring the fortune to Labour Party. And that is why all of us are supporting Labour Party. The issues now has nothing to do with Peter Obi. Nothing. What we are saying now is they caught Abure and Co. forged documents. And we're saying that let's follow the issues. What are the issues? The police investigated, discovered that, yes, forgery was committed, and they wrote the report. The worst thing I've ever seen is a lawyer forging a court document. Court document.
All right. So let me allow Mr. Kennedy. Where do you go from here? How do you resolve all of this?
Well, Shehu, thank you so much. But he didn't respond to the question of what he did to have apologized. He shot it away. But that's no problem. And he said Saleh sent a text message. I would have wished this investigation, if we call Saleh and ask him if he even did send any text message to me. I called Saleh. I said, are you aware of what is happening? He told me he will call me back. Till this moment, Saleh is here to call me back. I know that this is a cue that they just perfected, but it's not going to work. The way forward, Shehu, is one. What they have done is a nullity. It is not going to stand anywhere. If anything had to happen, the whole house must attend. And if you look at our party constitution, no matter the circumstance, no matter the condition, Article 17, removal from offices, the national chairman of the party may be suspended or removed only by 2/3 majority of the national convention. So the national chairman of our party cannot just be removed by 6 persons in a room. This is why Nigeria has remained where it is.
The constitution is making reference to the issue at hand has nothing to do with suspension or removal. That is why many of these people are not getting it correctly. The court restrained Abure. Vacuum was created. How do we fill the vacuum? Now, we have 15 National Working Committee members. 4 were restrained. The person who has capacity, the Deputy National Secretary, sent messages. 7 people gathered for him. We have formed a quorum. What we have done is right. We will not condone illegality.
Thank you so much.
But for us, we support Peter Obi absolutely.